before anybody speaks out, I want you to think for a second, what makes a quadrilateral? We're going to be talking about those. Let's think for a second, all right? And what does quadrilateral mean? All right? I've already got hands popping up. That's a good thing. That means that you guys know without a doubt, okay? But before I call on you, go ahead and quietly share with someone next to you. Quadrilateral. I'm hearing a lot of good answers, and most of them correct. So let's share what, Hallie, before I tell you what the answer is or what a quadrilateral can be or cannot be, all right, we're going to test our theories here. We're going to test and see if what we shared is, without a doubt, correct, okay? So on your desk, you have a set of graph paper and a baggie of some pretzel sticks. I want you to take the graph paper before we begin. I want you to fold it hot dog style. And then what I want you to do is I want you to fold it into thirds. I want you to fold the sheet, hamburger style, into thirds. So you should have a square like this when you're done. Open it up then. You should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares. First square, guys. First square. Here's my pretend. Okay. My first square, I want you to put 4 dots anywhere on the lines. The graph paper is great because you can use those lines, but they don't have to be on the same line. Okay, perfect. I see lots of you making different dots. There should only be 4 though. Now what I want you to do, and you can use your ruler for this, your ruler's a straight edge. I want you to connect the dots with a straight line. Now, just like when we were cutting out our polygons, remember, I kept saying straight lines? The same goes with when we are making our quadrilaterals, drawing them out. We want to make sure that we have straight lines. Is your quadrilateral different looking than mine?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. But what are some of the things that are the same about your quadrilateral that you drew and mine? Prue?
They have four sides.
Okay, so he says they have 4 sides. Ethan, is there something else that you have that's similar to mine?
It has 4 vertices.
4 vertices. Great. Is mine necessarily wrong though, Brooke, if mine doesn't have a right angle? Because, oops, that's not one. No. So it doesn't necessarily have to have all right angles though, does it? Okay. Now tell me something that's different about yours compared to mine. Back to you. Leilani, what's something different from yours to mine?
Mine is a 90-degree right angle.
Yours are made up of all 90-degree right angles. Okay, same as you, Brooke? Is that why? Okay, the lines have to be what?
Straight.
They have to be straight. Perfect. Keep going. 4 more dots. The only thing that I will tell you is I don't want to see 4 dots on one line. Okay? All of you are doing a great. Do they always have to be equal? Think about it. You go ahead and make it that straight line. Okay, if you're doing from one point, from one vertex to another line, use your ruler as a straight edge to make that line as straight as possible, okay?
Mine looks awkward.
The same length or different? Tell me, are any of you looking back at your geometry booklets that you've down? You guys go however many lines down and make the exact same line that you made on top. And then once you do that, I want you to connect those two lines with one line on each side going up and down, which is vertical.
Oh,
Okay?
no.
Disco fever. Okay, on the board here, guys. Give me a thumbs up. If you were the teacher, would you give me credit? Would you say this is the kind of quadrilateral, when you draw a square, that you would give me credit for?
No.
Wow, I see some thumbs down. Okay. Let's do another one. Let's make, on the next box, we're going to make what's called a rhombus, okay? Make two dots. I want you to make the first dot kind of in the center of the first two. And then I want you to put the second dot kind of over past the other dot that's up on the right. In your ruler, your straight edge, put those together for me. And then connect them with some straight lines. They're kind of angled a little bit, so your ruler keeps that straight edge. Yes. This way, it's doing the rhomba. Do you know the rhomba? No. Ooh, Quentin's getting into it. The rhomba. Sometimes you go side to side. Sometimes you go backwards. Sometimes you go over to the side again. Perfect. I'm not a dancer, but that was as good as it got. All right. When you connected those lines, see how it's kind of, it's almost like I took a square or a rectangle, and it just kind of leaned over to one side or the other, okay? Perfect. This is a rhombus. So, Ethan, what you said before to me, what is the characteristic then that you wrote down in your vocab books earlier this morning about a rhombus? It's a quadrilateral, right? Because it's got 1, 2, 3, 4. Tell me.
One of the characteristics of a rhombus is that it has one set of parallel lines.
Okay. And let me ask you, set of parallel lines. Just one set of parallel lines? Someone give me a thumbs up if you agree. Does it just have one set of parallel lines? Give me a thumbs down if you don't necessarily agree. That's okay. This is how we learn though, right? Okay, the majority of you went like, I don't know. Kristen, tell me why.
Because it's kind of like a square, but it's just leaned over. The top and bottom are parallel, and the sides are parallel.
What do you think, Ethan? Because look at this. They're still... If I just took out those lines. So basically what Kristen's saying, if I kind of scooted them over, they'd be parallel, right? Okay. What else do we know about a rhombus now, though? Was it like the rectangle in a way? Was it like your first quadrilateral that you drew? What about the sides? What about the lengths of them?
They're all the same length.
Andre?
That they're all the same length.
They're all the same length. Because as Kristen said, if we take that rhombus and we just straighten it up, we crack the spine, we put it all in line, those lines are going to be all the same length. Allie's laughing. Right? Okay. So, moving on. Let's try, and I'm going to let you guys do this. I'm going to watch. Draw a trapezoid for me. And then I'm going to connect those lines. You're close. You're close. Arnie, would you come with me? Trapezoid. Remember that silly little quadrilateral that likes to dance around? What's it called? Rhombus. Very good.